Assalamu alaikum. I am Sana Shah, the student of first semester BBA Group A, and the company that I have chosen for our presentation is the Google. So, starting with the introduction, Google is an American multinational technology company that specializes in internet related services and products, which include online advertising technologies, a search engine, cloud computing, software, and hardware. And Google is also considered as one of the big five technology companies in the US information technology industries, which include Amazon, Facebook, Apple, and Microsoft. These are some of the apps and services created by Google. Now, coming to the history, Google was actually started by two PhD students at the Stanford University in 1998. The company has since expanded into many other areas, but in the beginning, it was exactly what we most know it is today, the search engine. Initially, it was named as Backup, but later on, they changed the name to Google. And by 2003, it surpassed its many competitors, and it was right about this time when people stopped searching for things and started Googling things. This marked a phase of rapid growth and it quickly became one of the world's largest media companies. The headquarters of Google is located in the California, United States, with the name Googleplex headquarters. Now, coming to the vision statement. The vision statement of Google is to provide access to the world's information in one click. Google effectively follows its vision statement. It fulfills the world's information component by websites or web pages which are easily accessible to the users around the world. Now, to the vision statement. The vision statement of Google is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. The company fulfills the world's information component by the websites, which are then organized through its computer algorithms, and it also fulfills its universal accessibility component by offering products worldwide, which makes the company effective in delivering value to the online users. Now, coming to the pastel analysis, the macro environment of Google. The pastel analysis include political factors, economic, social, technological, environmental, and legal. Starting with the political factors, the political environment differs from market to market, which is not friendly across all nations. Like, for example, the government and the political stability in the US or the major markets has helped Google to expand its business continuously. But with that, Google has also faced a lot of criticism because Google collects lots of private and sensitive information, which is considered as threat by some countries, like for example China. No, now the economic factors, the rapid growth of some developing countries like Pakistan and India is also an opportunity for Google because it increases the business growth for Google. Like the recent situation of COVID-19, a lot of schools and educational institutes were closed, and the education shifted from physical to online, which increased the demand for Google apps and services like Google Meet and Google Classroom, etc. Now, coming to the second point, the decrease in costs of renewable energy, such as the solar energy, is also an opportunity to strengthen Google's energy supply. Now, coming to the third factor, which is the social. The social media platforms such as the Instagram, and Facebook, etc., are dominating in the market these days. So instead of going to Google, people are now using Amazon for online shopping, and similarly, the Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, etc., have gained a huge market through online advertisements. Google was the undisputed market leader, but with the social media platforms such as the Facebook, Instagram, etc., and them gaining popularity, Google has now to deal with the market competition. And also, as I have mentioned earlier, that Google has been accused of using personal data and private and sensitive information. So Google have to make sure that its competitors, its users, and that their personal data is safe. Coming to the technological factors, the rapid rapid adoption of using mobile devices, and the global market and growing internet access in the developing countries is an opportunity for Google to further increase its market, so they should spread awareness of their products and services in these areas. And now, furthermore, the growing use of cloud services is a technological factor that gives Google the opportunity to improve its revenues in this market. They can implement more aggressive marketing strategies to grow its cloud computing services. Now, coming to the environmental factors, the the use of technology, green technology, and renewable energy makes the satisfactory products and services regarding the customer satisfaction and avoid the ecological hazards. uh, Coming to the second point, the Google has to ensure that their users' data is safe from the hackers, frauds, and scams, etc. Google also have a culture of friendly environment for its employees, which not only focuses on the profit but the overall development of its employees. Now, lastly, the legal factors. The increasing regulations on online privacy is an opportunity to improve products and services and increase customer satisfaction. And addressing this trend could make Google's product more competitive against the companies with weaker privacy protections. And on the other hand, the growing regulatory restrictions on customers' personal data or information is also a threat, considering the company's dependence on the individual data to provide services like online or digital advertising, etc. So that was the pastel analysis. Now, coming to the strategies, some of the strategies which are used by Google. First, the generic strategy. The generic strategy adopted by Google for building a source of competitive advantage is the differentiation. It involves differentiating your products and services from your competitors. The main service that Google is known for its search engine. And compared to all other search engines, Google is not just fastest but also the smartest. Google's mission is to bring all the world's information online. It aims to make internet an enriching experience. Most of its services can be availed online. The Google search engine and its algorithms are said to be far ahead of the competitors. So, Google's competitive advantage is going to sustain because it has created a huge market share around the globe. So, according to the 2019, the search engine market share of Google is the 94%. So we can see that Google is actually doing a very effective and good work. Now, coming to some of the intensive strategies which are used by Google. So, first of all, the market penetration. Google relies on market penetration as its intensive growth strategy. especially outside the United States. The strategic objective is to acquire more customers from the firm's current markets. In the US, the company already has a leadership position. However, in other countries such as China, Google directly competes against other large search engines and online advertising firms. So, in the market penetration intensive strategy for growth, the company continues to strive for a bigger share of global online advertising market. Now, the product development, the intensive growth strategy involves new products and or product lines. The strategic objective is to develop products to increase revenues and considering its technological nature of Google, innovation is at the core of the company. And Google's organization culture promotes innovation among its employees. Now, the market development. In market development, the company's objective is to attract customers in new market segments to new uses of current products. Google also aims to offer its products to more areas worldwide. As I have mentioned that the increasing use of social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram and Amazon, etc. Google now has to deal with some competitors, so it has to um come up with more generic and some strategies to keep its position in the market. Diversification. The the diversification is used as a supporting intensive growth strategy in Google's business. The objective in this strategy is to achieve growth through new businesses, especially in other markets or industries where the company has insignificant or absent operations. Like, for example, when the acquisition of YouTube in 2006 by Google. Concluding this presentation, the Google's generic strategy of differentiation contributes to the company's leadership in the market. Like, for example, highly effective services ensure a leading share of the digital advertising market. And such leadership is important in satisfying the Google's mission and the vision statement. As Google is already doing a very good job and in a very effective way, so, a suitable recommendation for Google is to focus its efforts, especially in the area of product development, because the company has been criticized for engaging in seemingly disparate product development efforts in different industries and markets. So, the Google's wide variety of products helps in building its dominance in the global market. However, they should improve its strategic alignment and they should focus on ensuring the profitability of its current products before entering into new business. Thank you.